Welcome back. His Excellency Ambassador of the Republic of South Korea to Egypt, Kim Younghyon, spoke to Nile TV International on bilateral relations and boosting partnership with his country on all levels. Here is the interview conducted by Nile TV's Amal Mukhtar.
My dear viewers, we have the pleasure to have with us now our dear guest, and it's a great honor to have him with us, His Excellency Ambassador, South Korean Ambassador to Egypt, Ambassador Kim Younghyon. Good day to you.
Good day to
it's really a great honor to have you with us.
I'm very pleased to have this exclusive interview with very prestigious, the Nile International, and thank you very much for having me this morning.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, my first question is about how did you feel when you heard that you are going to be the South Korean ambassador to Egypt?
Yes, basically I'm very honored and pleased to be sent to this important country. Particularly Egypt is very important partner of Korea in this region. And actually before I was sent as ambassador about 8 months ago, I had the chance to come to Cairo, accompanying my president's visit to Cairo, January 2022. So at that time, frankly speaking, I didn't expect to be sent as ambassador to Cairo again. But at that time, I heard from Egyptian people and my colleagues that anyone who drinks from Nile definitely will return. So I come back.
Yes.
So I was very privileged to be an ambassador here because Korea is well received culturally and economically.
Yes.
So we have very vibrant economic and business relations, as well as cultural ties.
Yeah. The visit by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to South Korea in the year 2016 was a significant one that boosted the strategic partnership. Could you comment on this, please?
Yes, His Excellency President al-Sisi's historic visit to Korea 2016 was very important in that we upgraded our bilateral relations, overall bilateral relations, up to a comprehensive cooperative partnership. So, and then based upon that foundation, we continue to achieve remarkable achievements in economic area and cultural areas and overall, security areas, the overall areas. So we see that as an ambassador, I can see that the fruits of that foundation, that visits now bear fruits of in many areas.
Yes. Well, I would like to shed light on the visit by South Korean President to Egypt in the January 2022.
Of course, that presidents with leaders visit each other, mutual visit is very important because it gives a great momentum to consolidating and solidifying that existing cooperations, and also give another direction which way that our two countries will go. And so in that sense it was important, particularly that visit was a return visit by my president in return for the President, His Excellency al-Sisi's visit 2016. Yes. So he promised, and because of COVID-19, actually, that visit was delayed a bit, postponed a bit. Yes. But he really tried to keep that promise. So that visit by our president was his last foreign country visit during his presidency.
Yes.
So that means that we very much value mutual trust and cooperation and friendship.
Yes.
So I think most of all that kind of leaders' ties and personal relations. I think it's very important, and I hope that that kind of high-level exchanges will continue.
Yes. Your Excellency, what about the trade and investment field and the cooperation between both countries?
We are having very excellent overall relations, and particularly in trade and investment and cultural and development cooperation. In the area of trade and investment, they are, according to the statistics of 2022, it exceeded $3.2 billion. It may not so big, given that our, the trading, our trading globally, but it is, considering that the COVID-19 situation, it is still very remarkable. And Korea is Egypt's now 13th trading partner. And in the area of investment, we are having the cumulative investment from Korea to Egypt is over $800 million, which is not so impressive, but I think this is continuing, and on the steady basis, we have been developing that economic and the development cooperation.
Excellency, Egypt have established, since President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, have established a huge number of projects. So what is the kind of cooperation in this field, in the new projects, national projects that Egypt have already implemented?
So many Korean companies are participating. For example, the Eldaba first nuclear power plant in Egypt. So Korean companies are participating in that, and other infrastructure like Cairo metro, the metro line. Korean companies, one of the Korean companies, are providing the metro cars since 2012, and recently also the company will provide another more than 300. The train cars. But the beauty is that they have a very close partnership with a local company. Yes. That and also not just providing, exporting from Korea to Egypt, but they have a co-production here in Egypt. Yes. We are, I think hopefully this year that the Hyundai Rotem's local partner, NERIC, National Egyptian Railway Industry Company, they are building a factory in East Port Side economic zone. So hopefully they will produce those cars here in Egypt. So that will create a lot of quality job and also technology transfer. So that is one example. And also industrial, defense industrial area, we have one Korean company has a $1.7 billion contract to provide that K9, so the K9 self-propelled artillery howitzer, and that is also co-produced here. That was all discussed at the leaders level, and follow-up is follow-up discussions bear the fruition, and I think that this year they will start a co-production. That is also good for manufacturing of the Egypt, and that kind of cooperation is very, I think, important.
The cultural movement that is taking place in any country is very important, and especially between two countries like Egypt and South Korea. The South Korean cultural center here is playing a very significant role. So give us an idea about this.
I think that friendly ties between two peoples, particularly with Korea and Egypt, is very high tide. It's very significant. Particularly, I'm very appreciative of Egyptian people, Egyptian youth. They very much like Korean cultures, like Korean K-pop and K-movie and K-food and K-drama. And even many and more Egyptian students, they like to learn Korean language. So KCC is also has been here for last 10 years, and they are providing many programs in language learning and other Korean cultures, hanbok, Korean traditional costume, and Korean, calligraphy and Korean food academy, even taekwondo academies. So as you said, that kind of cultural ties is very important in sustainable bilateral relations, and that will be really a foundation for the solidarity of our two peoples. Yes. And as ambassador, also, I like to have more promote that kind of more cultural exchanges. Yes. And more, the performance concerts or events. So that, and as I said, I'm very grateful that there is so huge is kind of K-culture fever here. So I'm very grateful to the Egyptian people for that. Yeah.
We come to the very important point, which is the tourism between both countries and the flow of the South Korean tourists to Egypt.
Yes, now we are recovering from the number from the before the COVID-19. Because of COVID-19, overall the tourists is shrank. But I think the tens of thousands. So I think it's still not so big number, but it's very important to have people to people exchange to have a mutual understanding. Yes. And I like to add that not only to see the tourists see that Sphinx and pyramids or splendid historical heritages, but also I want them to understand that their culture and the modern aspiration of modern Egypt, industry or modern culture, and so the more the Korean tourists or Korean exchanges, people to people exchanges, then I think it will also enhance Korean people's the awareness, the understanding on Egypt. Because I personally think many Egyptians are very interested in knowing Korea. Yes, say to watch dramas and the cultures, yes. Even learning Korean language. Yes. On the part of Korea, I would like to have my fellow Koreans. They also visit here, and they even study here. And that kind of equal or two-way streets of cultural exchanges will more, solidly make that our bilateral relations more sustainable, more solid. Yes.
How does South Korea view Egypt as one of the very important or a key country for African nations and the African continent in light of the African Korean summit that is expected?
Yes, as I said, overall exchanges, high-level exchanges and people's exchanges is very important for sustainable development of bilateral relations. And fortunately, Korea is going to host a first inaugural Korea-Africa summit in Seoul, in Korea. And of course, that President Sisi in Egypt is cordially invited, and as a leader, is a very important player in this region, particularly African continent. Egypt's participation in that summit will be very important to make that summit very success. For us, it is a part of our efforts to reach out to Africa and this region under the vision of our diplomatic vision of global pivotal state. So we would like to play more, assume more responsibilities and play more role in having a peace and prosperity, co-prosperity initiatives. So this is the very ambitious, important initiative. So this will be a very provide a good opportunity, not only for the Korea and Africa's cooperation and co-prosperity at the level of leaders, but also, it will also provide a good opportunity for our bilateral high-level exchanges. As I said, that will lead to, next year, we are celebrating the 30th anniversary of our diplomatic relations. So that will more, accelerate that every area and every level of exchanges. For example, I myself starting this year, so I like to have more delegations, cultural or economic delegations, come and go as mutual visit. So that is that kind of high-level exchange will provide a great momentum to further, upgrading, further leap forward to a higher level of our relations. And particularly, I think that to the business or economic communities of both countries, they visit each other more. So I like to organize, or I like to facilitate those exchanges of the investment or trade or that economic delegations, so that they know each other more on the ground. They see the opportunities, business opportunities. So that will really accelerate. And culturally, needless to say, that their cultural events and cultural exchanges will further deepen and expand our friendly ties. That will serve a really important, solid foundation for the further development of overall bilateral relations. So I really hope that these two events, Korea Africa Summit, and the next year is the 30th anniversary of our diplomatic relations with Egypt, will provide a great momentum for more further development.
Yes. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have you with us. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Kim Younghyon, South Korean Ambassador in Cairo. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.